certainly triggers some memories and some feelings. Welcome to Bear Clooney Watches channel. As you could see from the introduction to this video, it is slightly different, yet we are still presenting a beautiful timepiece. For those visiting me for the first time, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Join me on this horological journey. So, Egypt, London, England, Harrods, and this watch. They all have something in common in my life, in my horological journey, in my life journey. Certain lessons learned, certain great memories. Well, let me start. Let me share with you. So everything is happening in the late 80s when I had to leave my country of origin kind of abruptly. That was former Yugoslavia. And I ended up on the streets of beautiful London, England. The only thing I want to really highlight about London, England, once you experience this unparalleled city, its beauty, its history, its people, everything about it, and you become, for a moment, part of it, it never leaves you. It never leaves you. And if you have a chance to visit this city at least once in your life, don't miss it. You will never forget it. So, I am in London. I am broke. I am on the streets alone. I'm homeless. Yet still on my wrist there is Seiko. And somehow psychologically that watch raises me above, psychologically, above the status of being homeless. It makes me feel, no, I am not homeless. I'm just in a bad situation. Evening is coming. I am getting my cardboard and extra sweater on to spend the night where you never really sleep. You are kind of like in between, some kind of half asleep, half awake. You're always tired, you're always cold. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. I never forget it. And then this man came from nowhere. This video is tribute to that man, to that Egyptian man, Khaled Ibrahim. I will never forget you. He shows up and he says, "You okay?" Am I okay? I mean, dude, I am preparing a cardboard to sleep. I have extra sweater to keep me warm. Yeah, I'm okay. I got watch on my wrist. I said, sure, I'm okay. And he says, would you like a nice meal? Would you like a warm place for tonight? You know, proposal of, that could be double-edged sword. You don't know this person. So I'm looking, shorter guy, you know, I can take him if I have to. Exotic looking guy, I'm thinking. You know, Egyptians, they have those specific features. Very, very cool features in their eyes, in their faces. And Khaled, sensing my discomfort, he takes his wallet out. I see on his wrist Tag Heuer. You know, maybe deep inside I like Tag Heuer because of that. He opens his wallet and he shows me the picture of his wife and 2 kids. And he says, this is my wife, these are 2 kids. I work here as a chef. Join me and have a break tonight. So I took a chance. We ended up in his apartment in Brixton, which was not very posh those days. It was Jamaican part of the London. And that was a wonderful evening with 2 of his friends. We shared very authentic Egyptian meal. And we had a truly nice time. I didn't speak language that well, but we could connect. And I could sense that this is a wonderful human being, and I'm sure he had a similar feelings about me. So, meal ended, friends left. Khaled offered for me to basically take a shower and enjoy nice clean bed for the night. And I had a good rest. When I woke up in the morning, I was freshened up, and I was kind of depressed because I have to go back on the streets of London and continue my struggle. But I was surprised by Khaled's smile, and he says, "Hey, would you like to stay and I'll try to help you find a job and I will help you with the language." So the journey with Khaled Ibrahim started. So he helped me learn English better. I worked in a pizza restaurant, first washing dishes and then making pizzas. Eventually, I joined Khaled in his place, and it was an Irish pub where interview kind of was weird. I was asked, "Hey," by the manager of the Irish pub, Argyle Arm Street, and he says to me, "Are you an English?" And I said, "No, I'm not." "Are you a dog?" I said, "No, I'm not a dog either." "Well, good. We don't hire English and dogs." Okay, I guess I'm qualified. It was a joke, people. Relax. Anyway, and I started working there with him, and this was certainly important from the perspective that this hospitality industry became part of my life, my career. Career I genuinely love, and I feel it suits me. So how does this all connect now, Harrods? Well, you see, at that time, the owner of the Harrods, wonderful place, was the Mr. Fayed, Muhammad Al Fayed. And he was also an Egyptian. Egyptians are a very close community. And in all honesty, they don't look at each other like I am a higher position or I'm more important, therefore you are not worthy of my company. They're very supportive of each other. So there was a event in which Khaled attended and invited me. And in that event, we were at the Harrods private room with some other Egyptian businessmen, and I had opportunity to meet this wonderful teddy bearish like owner of Harrods, powerful but such a sweet man, Muhammad Al Fayed. Mr. Al Fayed was remarkable. He was so eloquent. He spoke like a royalty. He was truly educated and impressive in his presence. I remember on his wrist he had a Patek gondola. And in my lack of knowledge, in my lack of understanding horology, I was thinking, such an important, such a powerful man, and with such a great, beautiful watches in his store, and he's wearing some old man's watch when he could be wearing Rolex. Anyway, so I had a good time. I had a tour after of the Harrods, and it was just remarkable. It was a beautiful place that is a true representation of retail that Great Britain can offer, with all their involvement around the world, with all their intricate historical connections, with variety of cultures and places on this earth. So I felt like a king. I felt like a king. My friend Khaled Ibrahim, his friend Mr. Al Fayed, made me feel like a king in Harrods store. I felt exactly like this. Such a cute commercial about Harrods, eh? And I had to use it just because of the bear and his story, and it's somehow again part of the journey. But anyway, we are now going to see that watch that triggered these memories. We're going to Bear Clooney's watch studio, and I'm going to present to you Harrods' version of Tudor Black Bay. Let's go. And here we are at Bear Clooney Watches studio taking a closer look at this beautiful Tudor Black Bay green exclusive to Harrods. But before I start, I really want to thank my cousin who told me strictly not to even mention her in this video. But I have to. Cousin, thank you so much for this beautiful watch, which after the fact turned out to be a gift. And I just have to say I love you, I appreciate this, and this watch will certainly trigger another wonderful memory as a result of it. This is a special edition produced exclusively in partnership with Harrods. Wait, something bothers me. I think this is reminding me of a channel. Let's not talk about it. Let's just remove it. Gone. So this is a Harrods watch. As such, the Knightsbridge department store trademark shade of green has been deployed on its bezel and some other small elements of this watch. And this is what this watch makes kind of cool and wanted and loved. Black Bay as a model has been reestablished and made this brand again wanted and cool. And it is kind of watch that many consider cool diving watch that is affordable option, let's say, to Rolex Sub. The Black Bay features the dome dial and crystal from the first Tudor diving watches, along with the prominent winding crown from the reference 7924 of 1958, known to enthusiasts as the Big Crown. You see, no guard. The big thing, of course, as I mentioned, and probably most important factor, is this green bezel, which is basically a third color added to the steel Black Bay ranks. Fifth, if you count stainless steel or black. But I'm counting here blue, I'm counting burgundy and burgundy red, and I'm counting this green. It's a great shade of the mid-green, slightly military at times, and olive at the others. It plays well with this gilt-edged cream of the loom plots, a golden minute track. But if you look closer, there's some other subtle green details too. I would say the other thing that you will notice is that it comes the green element where it's highlighting the depth rating is reversed, and it starts with 660 feet and then says 200 meters in Harrods green, and obviously using feet as the traditional measuring unit of choice in the Great Britain. Tudor's military past inspired the company to engrave the case back with its uniquely numbering in a military manner. So this Harrods version actually has the engraving in the back with the large Arabic numerals alongside the letter H from the Harrods logo. And the other thing, the tip above the about the second hand has been colored green. It's not normally colored at all. So those are these small, intricate, small details that make this watch very unique and Harrods-like. This is watch that is not the limited edition, but it is exclusive to Harrods as the retailer. Tudor doesn't do limited edition. Even left-handed Pelagos wasn't limited. Nevertheless, each one is individually numbered in the back, and that is kind of cool. And you can only purchase them at Harrods. They're not available at boutiques. They're not available at the authorized dealers. So this is 200-meter water resistance, 41-millimeter case, in-house automatic caliber MT5602. It comes fitted with a steel bracelet, recalling the brand's riveted 1950s and 1960s bracelets, as well as a complimentary black fabric strap, which is a signature feature of Tudor's Heritage line. Price is £2,630, which makes this one more positive thing about this watch. Obviously, if you purchase it directly from the retailer, as they are increased pricing on a secondary market because obviously of the limited supply and high demand. The fabric strap is not something that I like because this watch is kind of thick, and then you get the fabric under it, which raises it on your wrist even more, and makes this watch sit very, very, very high. Let's see how it looks on my wrist. What's the watch presence like? I think it sits nicely. I like this watch. It's the same shape, same everything as a regular Tudor Black Bay, with obvious differences I already mentioned and don't want to repeat myself. So let's go back to Berklonis Cave and wrap up this video. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. A very cool watch. Love the colors. At the end, I want to ask you to remember to help homeless. Not everyone is homeless because of the bad habits. And even if they're homeless because of the bad habits, you still should help a fellow human being. Help any way you can. Now, I helped my friend Johnny, who started to watch that shitty YouTube channel when I came here to Canada, and I was like, what are you watching, man? So this is what happened.
I'm so glad I'm finally caught. I wanted to be caught.
Johnny, now you listen to me. This is a wake-up call, all right? You gotta get back out there and meet somebody because you are spiraling out of control here.
All right, fine, I will. Just stop looking at that shit, please.
Johnny, I mean it, all right? The next chick you meet, you are getting back in the game.
Fine, I got it. Done.
All right, now let's get rid of this.
What do you mean? We'll just delete the files.
No, that shit can always be recovered. We gotta smash your laptop with a hammer.
All right, there, you happy?
No, the circuits could still be reconstructed if somebody worked at it. We gotta bury it in the harbor.